Explaining to my Republican grandfather, who I went no contact with, why I cannot have a relationship with him without enabling fascism. Trigger warning, Republican racism, bro. What are we about to get into? Explaining to my Republican grandfather that I can't love him or be around him in his final days where he is slowly turning from human to dust. You know, I can't be near you, okay? You're a fascist. You're an insurrectionist. You may as well have Heiled Hitler, because when you voted for Trump and you registered as a Republican, you Heiled Hitler. That's what you did. Dude, I keep getting all these fucking friend requests from these Russian Steambot scammers. Forget that. Anyway.
Put this on.
Just TikTok.
TikTok.
I don't want you to think that this is a debate in any type of way. Like, I just want to ask you questions and I want you to answer
Okay,
them.
go.
Okay, so name?
Can I just say my first name, Frank?
Yeah, and age.
82.
What?
All right, so we're wearing a mask indoors in Big 25. Let's check the date and time before we put the mask on. Not really what we're supposed to be wearing, let alone indoors. And I know you ain't wearing that to protect your grandfather, because you just basically said, I don't want to see him until it's when he's 6 feet under. When it's an open casket, I'll look at him and I'll spit on him, you know, and that's basically what you said. And so she's interviewing her grandfather? Bro is quizzing her grandfather. And I thought I was chopped, bro. Look at this. This is the chopped final boss.
Party.
Who's on the chopping block? It's you. And so asking him his name and age like he's your grandfather, shouldn't you know?
Have you historically voted for in your life?
Republican.
Do you know what I would label myself politically?
Well, I would tend to think that you're neither. Because neither one is doing the right thing.
Did you vote this year, 2024?
Yeah.
Who did you vote for?
Hey, Grandpa, how have you been? How's the battle with cancer going? You want to have an update as to how my classes have been and everything? Who the fuck did you vote for? You old, haggard, disgusting piece of shit. I hope I never see you again.
Trump.
So,
Trump.
now going back to that, because I had a feeling that was going to be the answer. Why do you think you can vote away my basic human rights and
Oh my fucking god. This is your brain on mainstream media. Like, this is what happens when you allow your brain to be a vessel for propaganda and you've decided that the appropriate way to live your life is to treat your grandfather like he's some sort of fucking android and you interview him?
expect a relationship with me?
Dude, she just said, how do you expect to have a relationship with me when you voted away my rights? What fucking rights? They always say this, like, you're my rights. You have the same rights you did now that you did in November.
Well, I don't think the Democrats...
Instead of answering my question, he goes on a racist right-winged rant. Right-winged rant? What the fuck? That's... You don't know how to type, and that's concerning. Moving on from that, why are you trying to own your grandfather in the marketplace of ideas? Play bingo! Play bingo with your grandfather! He doesn't have time! Time's ticking! What? Ask them what a right is because they probably won't know. Bro was excited to see his granddaughter as well. I mean, come on. Ignores my question. Grandfather, that's a slippery slope fallacy.
have the answers.
I don't either.
Okay. The biggest problem that I see with the Democrats, they throw money at things to solve the problem, and they really don't want to solve the problem.
So, grandfather, just to pause you in, let's just pause here. I ran a quick fact check on that, and your fact check, you're spreading misinformation to me. You are spreading misinformation right now, and so what I'm gonna do is ethically yank the plug on your life support.
The black problem, Ronald Reagan, I think.
So I'm trying not to interject, but can we maybe just simplify it to that the way you
Yo, bitch, shut the fuck up, bitch.
vote is because you just don't agree with the Democratic Party, so you're voting against the Democratic Party? Can we
That's how people vote. Yeah, if they disagree with something, they vote against it. I feel like this is what you... Like, this person has a very basic level of political understanding, right? And they got that from somewhere. And where they got it from needs to probably be, like, as an institution, looked at. Because if this was, like, what they learned from school, then we got a problem.
simplify it to that? Okay. Can you see,
Acheeto being the voice of the people? Bro, I just hate seeing elder abuse.
after all of these questions,
Like you gonna spike his cortisol. Like this guy he doesn't have room for that sort of like chemical imbalance. Sadly, more common. My mom works in a nursing home, and there's one guy who plays Fox News all day, and some staff change the channel and hide the remote from him. Yeah. So anyway, I mean, like I think there are obviously a lot of old people that are just completely brainwashed. Like they think Trump is like their god and stuff like that. Like I mean they're old. Like, but I think it's just like why would you ever decide to sever a relationship with your blood, like with your grandfather, who you don't see every day unless you live with him. But like if you're asking him what his name is, then he can't be that close. All for what? Because he voted Trump? That's crazy.
Questions and having this talk with me, if I can.
And it's like such a pompous, like just a bitchy attitude. Like you're just a bitch. And that's what everyone takes away from this video. The reason that this is in front of me right now is because I was sent this and I was like, yo, you have to watch this. Look at this bitch. It's like everyone thinks you're a bitch. That is the conclusion. You are a snarky, obnoxious, entitled bitch.
Continue to have a relationship.
She's not even asking him any good, valid questions. She's just ranting about literally nothing but politics to a man that is literally 83 years old. Like, what are you doing? Last chance to look at me, Hector.
You, without absolutely any change in your behavior, how I would be enabling fascism.
And also more work for my editor, bro. You gotta censor all these bitches.
Let me turn that around.
You're enabling fascism, by the way. Yes. I hate that people have decided to spam this word, and it's like they think it means something when they use it in context where it doesn't apply whatsoever. Kind of cute, but at the same time, it's really fucking annoying.
I've been honest to what I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I've been going on and on for no contact because of his political views. He won't stop showing up to our house unannounced and blowing up my phone trying to have a relationship with me. God forbid. God forbid he wants a relationship with his granddaughter, What a crime. What an evil, bigoted grandfather trying to treat the family in his life well and to keep them close. What a terrible person, And you trying to do the morally righteous thing by going no contact with you, and you've been brutally violated. Like he entered your home without asking. Who does he think he is? Your grandfather? Oh, wait, he is. Like, fuck you, dude. What are you talking about? You're such a crazy person, and the posting this on TikTok assumes that this will get likes. You do not post something assuming it will get dislikes unless it turns you on. Lily Tino, we just watched, great example. You thought this would get likes, and that is why you are more sick in the head than your grandfather is with his deteriorating mental state. And it is a problem, and it needs to be inspected, and it needs to be cured. It needs to be cured, and I think the way to cure this is with me. When I react to this, I further the beliefs of the people watching into making them understand how bad this truly is, and so the tolerance for this stuff on a societal level goes down, and it starts with you. Be the change you want to see in the world, okay? I want this to fucking change, okay? I'm the change that I want to see in this world. I'm making this stop. You can thank me later.
How do you feel if I said, well, if you can't change the way you believe to match my needs, how can I respect you? Shouldn't we both look at ourselves and change what we can?
Okay. So now I have asked you all of
She doesn't even respond.
the questions that I have. I have a summary here that honestly what you're asking me, I answer. So I am going to ask you not to interrupt me because I tried really hard not to interrupt you unless.
Dude, what's with the HR cadence? Why do some people talk like this? They talk like they're hosting some sort of like corporate event, and then they're like, there's always this desperate need to like find these little corners where you can girl boss yourself. Like, looking for a chance to get interrupted so you can pull the Kamala Harris, I'm speaking. No, I'm speaking. Fuck you, dude. It's so obvious what you're trying to do. It's obvious that you're trying to cut out these little corners in the conversation to thread the needle of victimization and then insert yourself as this SJW. You will not interrupt me. That's what's going to happen. The first thing is that I'm going to be uninterrupted. The second thing is that you're going to listen with an open mind. What? Like, you've been programmed since birth. Everyone can see it, and you're sick. And you are constantly trying to prove to everybody how independent you are, when really, everything that you've been told is a lie. And every way that you express the things that you've been told results in self-destruction and isolation and radicalization. And this is what happens. You become the subject of a reaction video.
I needed to clarify something or anything like that. Now that I've asked my questions and I've allowed you to speak, it's my turn to speak and read my summary, and I ask you to not interrupt.
Oh my God, he didn't sign up for this. You want to talk about him entering your house like unasked for whatever? Bro did not ask to be audited like this.
The series of questions was created to underline the interconnectedness of our personal and political lives. That's what I was trying to do.
Holy shit.
We cannot put politics to the side. The American empire was built off black and indigenous
Oh,
and genocide.
oh no.
Red or blue. Oh, the exploitation of the people.
Oh my God.
The ratchet will continue. Both Democrats and Republicans this election season ran off a campaign that was anti-immigration, pro-genocide, pro-gun, pro-fracking, and anti-trans.
Like, can I
Those
skip
are
it?
the campaigns that both parties ran
I
off
can't rewind
in
it.
2024. Our system is not here to save us. It is here to exploit us. Capitalism is a cycle of exploitation.
Bro.
You are either getting exploited or you are exploiting others.
Oh
If
my
I allow
God.
somebody in my life that supports these ideologies, I just enable them. I spent years educating you. If you truly unconditionally loved me, your politics would reflect that. You wouldn't have spent the majority of your life voting my rights away. That is not unconditional.
Holy shit. Imagine busting a nut in Granny just for Granny to have dad or mom to have this. You wouldn't even bust. Oh my God. And you're reading off a script. Get the fuck out of here.
Love.
That is not unconditional love. Dude, I'm telling you, this guy could show up to, like, her graduation or something, and she'd be like, first, I want to acknowledge that there is a fascist in the crowd, okay? Let's not clap too loud for me because I have been enabled by a fascist, and part of why I'm here is because of the never-ending cycle of abuse that takes place. And, yeah, no one clap for me, but also clap for me because I'm a woman. And don't interrupt me. That's also a thing. Oh, yeah, we've got a fast talker on our hands, someone who thinks that the more syllables you use, the smarter you are. Yeah, I mean, this person is just reading off the script and just overstimulating pawpaw.
I will always be the child in this situation, and you will always
I also
be
write a
the
script when I talk to my family members. Yeah. When I write a script, when I go and I talk to my family, I make sure to write off of a piece of paper or to read off a piece of paper. Yes.
many years on me. Allowing a relationship with you would allow you to believe that there are no consequences for the way that you vote. Again, this is not a debate. These are my boundaries. Under Biden and in state governed by walls, you saw the system deem me disposable.
A very abnormal behavior.
I wasn't allowed any
I wonder what Thanksgivings are like. What do you think? You know who's who.
assistance. I wasn't allowed disability. They didn't care about any of my mental or physical 15 plus diagnosed disabilities.
15 plus. Emphasis on the plus. Definitely on the more plus side of things. It's certainly more of a plus.
After that, I was forced to rely on mutual aid, which is an anti-capitalist ideology. Mutual aid you gave me. Mutual aid I survived off of. Now I watch the ratchet continue as immigrants and even legal American citizens are deported, kept in concentration
That's not happening, by the way. Legal American citizens are not being kept in concentration camps. No. No, that's not happening. And so you're just lying.
camps and are dehumanized. I see it every day on my phone, and it hasn't stopped.
Oh. Well, duh. I mean, dude, I'm thinking that she's making this up, but then she saw it on her phone, so then that's all the proof you need. I thought she was, like, lying or making something up, but then she just told us that she saw it on her phone, so there's just, like, no room for any doubt. There's obviously no way that anyone could, like, lie about that. Like, I mean, I've seen a lot of things on my phone, and she also, I mean, it has to be true. I mean, like, yeah.
And it never started under the Trump
TikTok never
administration.
lies.
No amount of American propaganda could brainwash me into supporting either of its systems. I cannot unsee everything I've seen. I've seen American Israeli bombs mutilate Palestinian children. I've watched
Literally, what on earth does that have to do with pawpaw?
corporations like Apple kill the Congolese.
You do understand that, like, both Democrats and Republicans, like, are giving money to Israel, right? So why are you blaming Grandpa? If you voted Democrat, like, they're doing the same thing.
For resources. Of course, this country is run by fascists and upheld by fascists. We the people have been bystanding and enabling
Except when Joe Biden was president? What?
for hundreds of years. Democrats think they can marry Republicans and vote Democratic as their one revolutionary act, but it's not revolutionary. It's enabling fascism. We have fascism in this country.
You do understand that that is probably the third, fourth, or fifth time you've said the word fascism, yet, gun to your head, you couldn't say any definition for fascism. You just wouldn't be able to give one.
Because we allow fascism in our homes. We allow it in our communities Not only the people we allow to like take political power,
Chop
but the people
shit.
in our own lives. Your politics have real world consequences. Your inability to see
She's speaking as if she's making some sort of speech. I wish we could see Grandpa during this. Like, does he begin to doze off? Like, cause I'm just like, what? Like, that's like, okay, yeah, like that would make sense. I would get it if he started dozing. I would support him. You know, hopefully he's hooked up to some sort of like IV and they can just give him fentanyl and just enough to put like just to knock him out. He'll be good.
my point of
Karen in the making, great point. Like, this is going to be the person that flips the iPad to you and asks for a 30% tip on a latte that is 80% ice cubes. That's kind of what you're getting. It's like the Starbucks barista Karen. This is looking like early stage signs of such a thing. So yeah.
you of to change. Your change
Poor
is necessary.
Grandpa.
I shouldn't have had to educate you on why saying the N-word is racist or how blaming black people for slavery is racist. I shouldn't have had to explain why I should have been gifted a diverse collection of dolls my entire life. I shouldn't have had to point out how you saying you failed me growing up is not changed behavior. How are you helping or protecting my younger sibling from the same abuse growing up? Are you educating her? Are you doing anything differently that you did with me? Or are you just doing like what you did with me and you're trying to buy her way through life?
What?
To avoid doing any of the real personal work. You cannot go to church and ask God for forgiveness. I'm a real person you negatively affected, and I don't forgive.
I need to ask you for forgiveness. No, I don't. I don't think I need to do that. And look how, I mean, like, this is I just noticed this, unrelated. Look how fucking folded the top of her ear is. Like, this doesn't fit. It's not meant to be worn like perma. You're gonna give yourself a rash, and then you're gonna have to feed more money into the broken medical system that you probably do not stop complaining about.
You. Not until your actions change. Until you are really ready to hear
What actions?
that my politics and my political life are completely intertwined. You can't vote away my basic human rights and expect a relationship with me. You just can't, Grandpa. I shouldn't have to sit here and list off all of the awful things Trump has done since he's got in office. I shouldn't have to. It's my basic human rights. That should horrify you.
I don't understand why these bitches do not stop talking like they're speaking for, like, something that actually matters. Like, talk like they're in front of a crowd of people that need to be inspired and motivated into a revolution. Like, this is like... You should hear the words that are coming out of my mouth, and the way that I deliver them is really impactful, and it's time to fight. You're talking to a senile grandfather. Yours, nonetheless. What's with this, like, we need to get up and march tone that you're taking? What? It's performative as fuck.
At its core, you should care about me and how I feel in our relationship more than you should care about the fucking economy. Because again, you know it's a made-up system that we made up, and it doesn't need to be here. We don't need to exploit people.
Democracy? What? Like, what's the made-up system where there is a party that you can vote for, and there are two major options? Like, obviously there's problems with it, but like, yeah, that's like, it also has a lot of benefits, you know? We don't have like a king or a ruler.
The 1% doesn't need
Turned
to
off the
making
hearing
money.
aid.
Well, I have none. That's not how this works,
All he sees is, that's all he sees, dude. Oh, that's peak. That's peak.
Grandpa. It's just not. Not when everything we could ever need in the entire world is free from the fucking ground. Well, the 1% is putting prices on shit that is free from the fucking ground. I don't get it. I don't understand your support of the system.
I mean, he's not interrupting you. You asked for that. He's staying quiet.
I don't understand how you cannot see that your support of the system affects our relationship.
Uh-huh.
My country has already called me and told me that my EBT and
Oh,
my healthcare
no.
are now like being
They're now like being attacked. So her sources are like, my phone told me and like my aunt told me. Holy shit, dude. You seem to be super well informed. Really well informed.
attacked. And I have to fight for my fucking right. Doesn't matter, Grandpa. Democratic or Republican. We are
Doesn't matter. Really?
drowning as a society. Fucking drowning. And we don't give a shit about each other. We think we can just go vote. And that's revolutionary. And it's not.
What?
What's revolutionary is how you show up for people. You are a villager. So I don't understand.
Oh, it's just Minecraft? I don't get it. You are a villager? What does that have to do with anything? You're from a village, and so therefore you should vote for Kamala Harris. Literally, that makes, like... I'm like not like what the fuck does that mean? He sees his granddaughter shaking her hand and moving her hands like she has epilepsy. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. He did show up for her though. I mean, yeah, he's listening.
Like, you know what it is to be a community member. You know.
What a arbitrary thing to identify him as. Like, you know what it's like to be like a human and like part of a community and like a villager. Like, okay.
What it is.
All right.
Like, you understand. We've had talks.
Oh.
I know you get it. You have to change.
She might have killed him.
I don't care how old you are. Like, I don't care. I seriously don't care. You could be 100 years old and I'd still sit down and have this conversation
Just straight up elder abuse. Admits to it.
with you. And
Someone in my chat writes, NGA trades emeralds wilted flower.
having this conversation with you because I care. If I didn't give a fuck about you, I could have just blocked your number and never talked to you again, honestly. Just like I did Mom.
Nice. So she's going down the list.
Like, I am asking you to do better and show that you
Why do you act like your presence is something that people genuinely care about and want? Okay, I'll say that, like, if you're her grandfather, you probably want her around, but she treats herself like she's this, like, prize that people are losing out on if they don't have her in their life, when all I'm seeing from what they're getting is this Starbucks whipped cream extra 25% tip on top of the order ass attitude taken with someone who has the most chopped ass bangs I've seen in a while and a mask indoors in Big 25. Like, are they really missing out for not having contact with you? Like, I've had the amount that I've wanted to hear from you for my entire life has been satiated within about 5 minutes.
actually unconditionally love me like you say you do. Because the way you vote doesn't. I know this is a hard pill for you to swallow. I know it is.
He's like, my pills? He's like, wait, I gotta swallow more pills? Fuck more pills! He's like, no more pills! They said no more pills! Dude.
This is the reality that we live in. I am asking you to unwire years of propaganda that has been taught to you. And I know that's not easy. But if you loved me, you would. You'd hear me. You would really hear me when I say, even Palestine and Israel, as simple as that, you would understand what I'm saying. Because when it comes to Palestine and Israel, you can't support Israel and support Palestine in the same breath. Because Israel is being given resources by us, our American tax dollars, that Palestine's not being given.
And so what do you want him to do about it? Vote the other party that does the same thing?
Israel has an Iron Dome. Do you know what that is?
I just want Shawty to give me some Iron Dome. I'm retarded.
Protects you from any bombs. So any bomb Palestine's sending to Israel,
I just looked at myself. I'm never doing that again.
it's being deflected by the fucking Iron Dome that's being funded by us. It's not a fair fight. It's not a fair fight at all. Israel has one of the best militaries in the entire world. And because of their religion, they're colonizing and they're ethnically cleansing people. And I see it every day. I mutilize children, Grandpa. That should mean something to you.
Oh my god, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at motherfucker tweaking out. And I don't know if it's to me or to her.
It should horrify you at your core that no matter who's in charge, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that children are getting fucking bombed. Like, that should horrify you at its core. And that should be enough for you to be an anti-capitalist, in my opinion. It really should. Like, it really should. That's what did it for me. And it did it to me as a kid. When Mom looked me in the eyes and told me that she would give up her parental rights to go kill Arabs. Because she views Arabs as terrorists, not as human beings. And that is how she views them. And again, that's why I can't talk to Mom. Because she can't look in the mirror and realize the shit she's doing is wrong, but I think you can. I really do. I think you're capable of doing better no matter how old you are. And I don't think it's fair that I'm alone because you all believe in these things, these hateful ideologies.
I'm about to lose it and break down in white tears trying to get him to have some type of empathy for what I'm saying. Again, looking back, I was probably trying to convince him that he can do better. Feel free to skip. What?
I don't think it's fair.
Bro, what the fuck did I just watch, bro? Holy shit. That was content gold. Oh my god, bro. That was fucking hilarious. What an insane psycho. Oh my god.